so thought I would consolidate what I wanted to present to you over a Zoom meeting. Normally I wouldn't be this forthcoming, but there is a real opportunity here with an upcoming launch on Maritime City, which is one of Dubai's last waterfront communities. So I'll dive into it now and a little bit about the numbers, and then explain why it's relatively time sensitive. So when we are looking at recommendations and endorsing products to our clients, we consider three key fundamentals, which is the location, the developer, and infrastructure. Now, it's important to note that we are completely independent as a brokerage, so we can sell any project, any location at any given time. We probably work with 5 or 6 developers, and every now and again get very bullish and behind a certain location such as this. So if we're looking at the location, identifying value in waterfront. So in Dubai, only 8% of apartments are waterfront, and of those, and of all apartments, only 0.2% have private beach access. Now, Maritime City is one of the last ever waterfront communities to be developed in Dubai. You also have Dubai Islands, Palm Jebel Ali as well. Now, once these are sold and built out for the first time, there is never going to be another waterfront community in Dubai ever again. So if we look at the population that's considered to grow by 70% over the next 10 years, Dubai has to build into the desert. So this is why there is real value in waterfront. You can see here that I've highlighted where Maritime City is. So you'd also have Dubai Islands to the right, Bulgaria Islands, Palm Jumeirah, Dubai Marina, etc., and Palm Jebel Ali way over on the left. So when we are looking at opportunities, we're very data driven. So when we're making projections, it's always based on evidence. So in Dubai, every transaction is available in the public realm, that's rentals and sales. So we can then look at case studies of waterfront communities, what they're selling at today against what they were purchased at in this type of stage, early off plan, before any infrastructure, roads, etc., buildings are built. If we look at the comparable waterfront communities available right now, the average transacted price across these this year is Emaar Beachfront 4,455 dirhams a square foot, Jumeirah Bay 7,827, Palm Jumeirah 3,500, and Blue Waters Island 5,326. So we'll look at how the investors who bought early here have done, basically in terms of capital appreciation. So we look at Blue Waters Island, which is over by the marina with the wheel, I'm sure you know it. So we have a buyer here who bought in 2018, sold in 2024, realised appreciation, return on investment 110%. Similar case study here, 2019 to 2024, 95%. We look at Jumeirah Bay or Bulgaria Island, 2018 purchase to 2024, 144% growth. We look at 2018 to 2024, 150% growth. Emaar Beachfront, we have the first purchase in 2020 to the final sale in 2024, 226% increase in price, and then 2020 to 2024 as well, 102%. And these are just a few case studies from many, but there is a similar pattern that when there is waterfront and a good developer, prices increase exponentially. Now, we'll also look at infrastructure that is also going to affect the pricing in this area positively. So, as you've probably heard, traffic has become a big headache for Dubai residents with a population that is growing rapidly. Now, the government have committed billions of dirhams to sort this out. Now, Maritime City is one of the major beneficiaries of new roads. So there are 4 new bridges. One's actually functional already, and a new tunnel that is going to increase the connectivity to this location. And it's also going to make it the closest waterfront community to downtown and the DIFC. So you're going to be the closest waterfront community to banks, law firms, funds, etc. We also have a metro line, so the Gold Line is going to be coming to Maritime City, and that's going to be just 4 stops away from the financial centre as well. Developer-wise, the reason that there's so much hype in the market about this location is that Omniat are the master developer. This is their first ever master community, and Omniat cater to the ultra luxury segment of the market. You see here in 2024 they had the largest number of transactions considerably for apartments, $10 million plus. The average apartment that they built last year, sold last year rather, was $3 million US. So they have created a subsidiary Beyond by Omniat to cater to the wider market, so it's affordable luxury. And they're building 22 residential towers on the island. Now, the island is going to be renamed from Maritime City to Jumeirah Peninsula. There's going to be 30 residential buildings, 22 are being built by Beyond by Omniat. You're going to have a Dorchester Collection hotel and really high-end residences, malls, school, hospitals, restaurants, bars, beach clubs, a private beach which is for Beyond residents only, and the island's also fully licensed, so there's going to be Michelin-star restaurants, etc., and that can also serve nice wines. The island's been segmented into 3 parts, so you have Jumeirah Peninsula Gardens, Jumeirah Peninsula Bay, and Jumeirah Peninsula Forest, which is where the next launch is expected. Here's a mock-up of the master plan. So they so far have launched 4 buildings. So Saria, Arise, Sensia, and the Mural. Now, these all sold out within an hour, less maybe. The Mural was sold out before they even released a brochure at 3,700 dirhams a square foot. Now, why we are super excited about this upcoming launch is that the price per square foot is expected to be significantly lower, and it's going to be the first building of 7 in the forest. So a micro community within the community. You are a minute away from what's being dubbed as Billionaires Row. They're going to be the Dorchester Hotel and top-end residences by Omniat, starting from around 10,000 dirhams a square foot, plus you're a few minute walk to the private beach. So we're really, really behind this as an opportunity. The biggest challenge you face is actually securing inventory and securing units. So we are doing an underwrite, which is basically we're going to put down the down payment up front on 2 floors for our clients. So then our clients will have guaranteed inventory. It's then an internal tokenized system, first come, first serve for the first 20 or 24 buyers. I think we already have maybe 8 or 9 who've committed and paid a refundable reservation fee, which is known as an expression of interest. Now, return on equity, return on investment. So premium waterfront communities trading between 4,000 to 11,000 dirhams a square foot. We can secure an apartment here at 3,000 dirhams a square foot. This is going to be probably their last development where you pay 50% during construction, 50% on completion, and they're going to keep increasing prices by 5 to 15%. So let me show you how that looks numbers-wise. So I've put this together for you just to show you what's required and when. So the upfront cost would be $76,000, which is going to include your 4% DLD fee, or your stamp duty if you like, plus admin fees. There's a 13,000 or 50,000 dirham holding fee, which makes it part of your first 10% payment. We then have 1 month to pay another 10%, and then it's just 5% near enough every 5 or 6 months up until 50% kind of mid 2028, and then 50% due on completion. Now, you'll see here I've highlighted this strip in green and noted eligible to flip. Now, once you have 30% equity into the project, you're then able to flip or sell. So this is an absolute possibility, but only with certain locations, certain developments. So if there's a location where every development is selling out on day one and they keep increasing prices each launch, we can demonstrate value to a new buyer. So I've worked the numbers here. So let's just call the launch price at 2 million dirhams, 2,700 a square foot. Now, if we were to exit at this point, we'll call it 18 months, once you've paid 30%, we would have equity in the property at this stage of 681,000 dirhams or $185,000. But if we were to sell at 3,430 a square foot, that gives us a sale price of 2.6 million dirhams, which is very, very conservative. But by the way, because they've already launched higher than this and they will be launching higher than this, but just for the sake of these workings, if we were to exit at that price in 18 months, that would be a 76 or 77% return on equity. Now, if we were to see through the payment plan and then sell prior to completion at, again, very conservative 3.1 billion, which is just 4,000 dirhams a square foot, our return on equity over a 3-year period would be 101 or 102%. So this is where there's real value with multiple exit strategies and options. If we were to hold the property and put it on a long-term rental, then we'd be looking at a net yield of just under 10%. Again, probably quite conservative. This will also tick off the box in terms of the golden visa because you're at the 2 million dirham threshold. I'll send you some examples if you like of the previous projects, but super high-end amenities, design focused. They look incredible, each building they've done, hence why there's so much hype and pandemonium. And then in summary, opportunity to place early in one of Dubai's last waterfront communities, aggressive capital growth potential over 2 to 3 years, high net rental yield, premium, very well established developer with a great reputation in the market, and prices to increase each building. So there's 17 remaining to launch, so prices are going to keep increasing, and we have a very attractive payment plan. So if you buy Imar, you pay 80% during construction with 20 on completion. Damak is 60 or 70%. So there's real opportunity for return on equity flip or just an amazing property if you're going to hold long term. All right, thank you. Hope that was helpful. Let me know your thoughts.